I am the welding applications engineer, and my background is welding engineering. I went to college at Ferris State University for welding engineering technology. After that, I worked for another OEM of welding power supplies, and then came to CLOOS. So have a little expertise in all the other industries. So basically anything that comes in, all the parts that are going to be demoed for potential customers, that's what I got my hands on. Whether it be small parts, big parts is what I take care of. Applications, so if there's any specialty wire or specialty applications that need to be developed, I will be first hand on that doing and just kind of developing any welding curve or welding parameter for that. We are all in one package. With that is that we can control the welding parameters and the robotic positions and all that, all one pendant, and it all communicates in one. So it kind of makes it all throughput answer, and it makes it ease of use. So if I'm ever working with a customer firsthand and they have recently bought equipment or are thinking about buying equipment, my goal is to not show them that I know how to program or weld or run the robot. It's to show them how to do it, and then I stand back and I supervise. So that's a general way I've worked with every customer I've ever visited, is show them the ropes and then step back and kind of let them run wild and let them make mistakes so I can correct them. That's the best way to learn. So. If you have a welding background, manual welding is a whole different animal. So I would say the biggest thing that I've ran into is not understanding how important angles are. And especially in robotic welding, your angle is going to be consistent across the seam or however you program it. In manual welding, a manual welder can adjust on the fly. So a lot of the times I have to really kind of reiterate and explain that is that whatever you set your angle at, it's going to be across the seam. So I've worked with a lot of different wire manufacturers coming from an OEM of a power supply and working for another OEM. So we, like some of the competitors out there, they manufacture their own wire and are going to promote their own wire. So I've used many different types of wire. Something I've ran into, and I haven't really had that problem at all with National Standard, is the tensile strength of some wires, because a lot of the times in robotic applications, you are pulling that wire great lengths, and tension builds up. And if you're feeding a certain amount of wire, it then ends up snapping, causing bird nesting problems in general. You have to refeed the wire. So I've had that problem with another wire brand. I haven't seen it with National Standard at all, so that's a good thing about it. So it all depends on the system. So if it's a simple system like one of our arc bots, the feeder roll is stored right behind the machine, right behind the table. On some of our bigger systems, they are mounted up on a boom, so they have to take a ladder and carry the spool up there. So lighter the spool, the better, but all spools are around 30 to 40 pounds. So you basically get it up there, mount it onto the pintle mount, unhook the wire, put it through your conduit, get it to the back of the wire, feed it through your drive rolls. Once it's through the torch, you're basically done there. You can go sit down with your pendant and hit feed wire until it comes out of the torch, and you're good to go, ready to start welding. A manual welder can adjust on the fly and believe that they can be better than a cobot or a robotic application. But a robot is going to be way more steady. So that's the biggest misconception, I would say. The other one would be manual welders think robots are going to take their jobs. Well, in fact, it promotes employment and promotes the business, gives the business more opportunity to grow, and it gives the employee an opportunity to learn more and adjust from that. So there's manual welders out there that are afraid of it or against it. Then there's the other half that are excited to learn more and increase their knowledge of the welding industry, because whether or not robots are there, and they're going to keep on growing, and the industry's going to keep on growing. So I would say it's about half and half, and it all depends on maybe a generation thing. The younger generation who grew up with video games and computers, they're apt to use the robots and more technically advanced. The one thing that you can show any potential customer to a robotic or an automation system is a cost time analysis, and they can show them right there how many weld seams you have, how many air moves you have, and it'll show them how many parts you'll be able to push out within a year, and how long it'll take you to hit that ROI. You're going to increase your output. No matter what, that robot is going to work longer and harder than you, and you're going to be able to see more coming out of it rather than the time that it takes for a manual welder to take breaks and manual weld anything. Robots, and especially with the cobots and how much they have grown in the past 5 to 10 years, is that a lot of newer companies that are new to automation are getting into it, and they have the misconception that this cobot is going to be able to essentially take a part, throw it on the table, and it'll weld it all up for you. So that's not the case. It takes training, it takes knowledge on welding, and a little bit of automation specifically for the cobot side. In robots, yes, you're going to have an operator that is knowledgeable enough to handle that system and be able to troubleshoot and take on any task that it's going to throw at it. So even though it's going to make your life easier, you're still going to need an operator